All right, guys, we are going to be reacting to why so many Brits moving to America. Let's see. I don't know why. Let's jump in and see what's going on.
Moving to the US. Because if you go online or even scroll through my comment section, and yes, I see
Uh-oh.
you, it's obvious that a lot of Brits are strongly against it. They're very vocal about it and sometimes a little bit rude.
There was no need for that.
Well. Now who's being rude?
So here's what doesn't add up. Around 20,000 Brits move to the US every single year.
Wow.
So today, I want to talk about them
20,000
and why the
Brits?
reality looks so different from the conversation
I have to
online.
like.
This isn't about saying one country is better or one country is worse. It's about understanding why people quietly make choices they don't always talk about publicly. So let's look at why people actually choose the
Oh,
US despite
that's a lot. Around 20,000 British citizens move to the United States annually, though estimate vary slightly, with figures suggesting a steady flow of Brits seeking opportunities in America for work, lifestyle, and the American dreams, adding roughly 1.5 million UK-born residents already in the US. God dang. Wow.
everything you see online. If you're already subscribed to my channel, you'll know this, but if you're new here, I'm currently living in America on a 3-year visa with my family. This move was technically temporary through my husband's military assignment, but like many Brits before us, the plan is to come back in a more permanent way. This video is about what pulls people in, what surprises them, and what keeps them here. Because as much as I'd always wanted to live in America, I never imagined that after this 3-year visa, I would actually choose and fight to live here permanently.
Wow.
That means choosing to live away from what I know and away from my friends and my family. That is no small thing. Of course, this is shaped by personal circumstances, careers, and where you live in the US. So if your experience has been different, I would genuinely love to hear about it in the comments. But for many Brits, the biggest pull is still what people call the American dream. People don't always like to talk about money, but it is a fact of life, and it plays a huge role in
Wow.
decisions like this. We're here through my husband's role, but the earning potential and career opportunities we've experienced in the US are a huge reason that we can even consider
That's
staying
funny.
here long term. In many industries, US salaries are simply higher than they are in the UK,
Yeah.
and that often translates into a better standard of living. We felt that here in Pennsylvania,
Yo,
which
that's
isn't
crazy.
even a cheap state.
It is, it's one, it's easy to move around. Let's put it that way. It's easy to move. It's easier to move around.
It's ranked around the 27th most expensive. So this isn't just about moving somewhere dirt cheap. The
And
US
actually, the person you can buy big houses in Pennsylvania.
is a global economic powerhouse with broader opportunities in certain sectors. And while taxes vary widely from state to state, overall taxation is generally lower than in the
Lower,
UK.
much
Even
lower.
here, with relatively high state taxes, the lifestyle trade off has been worth it for us. The difference really hits when you look at housing. Outside of major cities around us, like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, bigger homes and more living space are far more common than in the UK. I've covered this properly in another video, so I won't repeat it here, but you definitely won't find a washing machine in your kitchen here. But space doesn't stop at the front door. America is just big.
This big, yeah.
Beaches, mountains, deserts, forests,
Yeah, I don't think people realize how big the United States is. It's gigantic, man. I don't even think the map that you see in one of these maps, and even in Google, does justice to how big the United States is.
often just a short flight away. We've already visited over 20 states, exploring national parks, state
That's in
parks,
Chicago.
museums, beaches, and historical sites. The sheer choice when it comes to leisure and lifestyle is something the UK just can't match in the same way.
Wow.
Honestly, the biggest difference isn't money or space, it's the mindset. And you feel that in everyday life, in how people talk, in how they talk about work, in how you'll often hear why not instead of that won't work, and in how much less people seem to care where you came from as long as you're willing to try. There's a genuine belief here in fresh starts, in the idea that where you begin doesn't have to define where you end up. I love that you can arrive in America, work hard, and build something for your family in a way that can feel far more difficult in Britain or
Hmm.
wider Europe, where
And what's the reason why that same mindset is not that I'm not saying that it's the same, but it lack off in Britain? Let me know what you guys think.
higher taxes and rigid systems can be real barriers. And while I'm no entrepreneur, it's interesting that despite having more billionaires and millionaires than anywhere else, the US actually feels less class bound than the UK. There's less emphasis on background and more emphasis on what you do, how hard you work, and what you contribute. Despite its enormous cultural diversity, especially in the cities, America still largely operates on the idea that effort and ability matters more than anything else. Now, that doesn't mean it's perfect. There are real downsides and some very cultural shocks, especially around things like healthcare and social safety nets. And that's exactly what I'll be covering in part two on Saturday. But Brits have been moving to America for
Mm-hmm.
centuries, from
That's
the
crazy,
17th
man.
century settlers to modern professionals today. What's interesting is that we're now seeing movement both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Americans are increasingly moving to the UK too, and they now make up around 0.4% of the UK population.
Wow. Let me see. So now, yearly. I see yearly. I wanna yearly. So let me see. In the 12 months of March 2025, in the 12 months to March, over 6,600 U.S. citizens apply for UK residency or nationalities. Yeah, the thing is, it's not that big. It's only 6,600, and a lot of those people that are moving for political reasons. Diverse motivation. Americans are moving for work, finance, education, family reunification, or LGBT rights. You know, it's a different reason, and it's not that big either. Only 6,600. Over 1,900 applications were locked. So yeah, a lot of
Mostly
Brits
in
moved to the
London
United
and
States.
the south of England. So, this isn't about one country being better, it's about why people choose differently. For a lot of people, that choice is more private and more
Mm-hmm.
practical than the internet makes
Understandable.
it seem.
Understandable.
If you're British and living in the US, I would love to know what made you move and whether it matched the reality. And if you're American thinking about Britain, part two might change how you see it. For me personally, moving to America is one of the best things that I and my entire family has ever done,
Hmm.
and that is what this channel is focused on, our move to
Stop right there.
America. But let me know your thoughts in the
Good for her, man. May God bless her family. Welcome to America, I guess. Don't just move here. Assimilate. Love this country and history. Become an American. Let's go. Yes. Yes. Become an American. Understand the American way of life. That's the most important thing. Listen, you don't have to like the Americans, but you know, if you're gonna move to America, understand our way of life. Just understand it and assimilate. Man, I'm glad. You know, I wish her great luck. Hopefully, you know, she can provide a great future to her family. I know things are very unstable in Europe and some of the areas in Europe, not all of it, of course, but especially Britain. She seemed like a person that would probably work in London and, you know, try to, you know, go up the ladder. And, you know, I know some of the areas of London are kind of iffy. So I understand. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, guys. I would love to hear you guys' opinions. I'll see you in the next one.